I feel we have to start today's video with the famous words of Advocate Tulani Joshua Ngomezulu. They are cooking, my lord. And he also accused my lord. If you remember, my lord was so enraged by the words of Ngomezulu. He had to send Rose all the way back to the office to go and get the 3 dictionaries to come and read the definition to the court. Colluding. Yep. Colluding is the word that set my lord off, if you guys remember, until Advocate Tulani Joshua passed away. May his soul rest in peace. My lord never ever looked at him. Never ever looked at him again. Even when he was addressing him, he would ignore him. Ngomezulu was not given the opportunity to give that apology. Rose! 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 And she had to go get the 3 dictionaries. Do you guys remember that? If you do, drop a 1 in the comment section down below. And my question to you is my lord colluding? Or should I say, has my lord been found with his hands in the cookie jar, yet again, colluding with the state? Let me know. Drop a 2 in the comment section down below if you agree. And then today we have Mzansi Unfiltered, who stands up and says, my lord, when I was leading this witness inside Phakathi within his evidence in chief, my lord said, what are you doing? What is the point of reading and leading your witness with the alleged confession? Because your client says he never gave the statement. So why are we even bothering this? So Mzansi dropped leading that portion of his evidence, and then jiggy, surprise, surprise. Who? Advocate Baloyi inside Phakathi the court today. He stands up and starts reading the statement to the witness, and Mzansi goes, no, my lord. I'm waiting for you to object the exact same way you objected for me, with the exact same reasons while we're at it. Where are you, my lord? And when are you going to stand up to object? And my lord starts teka-teking, and then he says, Mzansi, do whatever you want. Okay, do whatever you want. You want to lead your client, do so in examination. And one thing about Mzansi this whole week, he has been consistent, okay? Which is why I have had the opportunity that I could go and check out the Mlanga Commission and see if the Mlanga Commission is Mlangering, okay? And I've been able to go to the ad hoc committee because Mzansi has got this, okay? He has been holding the court down this whole week. And today the theme was, I never wrote the statement. I never told Mbocho that. I don't know where him and Gininda got that information. It was not from me. The Buthelezi brothers are not my friends. I've never called them. They don't have my phone number. Like, he was batting everything that Baloyi was throwing at him. He was batting it. He never missed a single opportunity to throw it right back at Baloyi. And you know what? I loved it. And that's how he has been all week. Consistent. Yeah. So let's go through today's proceedings and check out the highlights. Here goes. I'll be back with the rest of my commentary.
When I led this witness in evidence in chief, and I wanted to embark on the same process, the judge said, but what is the need for that to happen, because this witness says this is not a statement. I'm not so sure whether that will also be opposite to what the states intend to do now. Thank you, my lord.
Yeah, what does it prove, according to the state?
Excuse me, my lord?
I say the state. What does the state say?
Well, I don't know, man.
Well, my lord, the accused says he is not the source of this statement. He says the police are the source of the statement.
Right.
It is therefore crucial for the state to go through the statement to demonstrate that he's in fact the source, that the information that is in the statement could only have been provided by him. And this is what the authorities say, my lord.
The court, my lord. Before I reply, the state is saying, the accused says, this information is from the police. He says, I don't know where the police got this information from. So that's misleading. He does not say the police are the source of the information. He says, I don't know where they got it from. He said that up to times. But That is exactly the same argument, my lord, that I advance, that I want to deal with the content of the statement, because accused says it does not come from him. And the court says, no, but Mr. Mnisi, this accused says he does not know the statement. So why should you go through the statement with him? I think, and in my view, and I hold that view very dearly, that what the state intends to do now is just a replication of what I also intended to do.
Okay, you can do it if you want to do it. Fine.
But it's now under cross-examination.
Yeah, no, you can do it. In re-examination, you can do it. Because we are arguing that cross purposes.
Thank you, my lord.
Because your client's version is he never made a statement.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
The state says the source of the statement is your client.
Yes.
And the state wants to prove that.
Yes.
Right. And the law, what's the case? Yes, this is Gumede. Yeah, Potwan and Gumede. Okay. Yeah, you can, if you want to prove the source, as you say, you can do that. If you want to prove it, I can't tell you what to do.
Because the law is very specific, my lord. When an accused person says, this is not my statement, it's a question of credibility. You don't even go to the content of the statement. You simply argue about the credibility of that which the witness is saying.
Yeah, fine. Okay, you'll argue that, Mr. Yes, you can argue that, no problem.
Can you proceed?
Advocate George Baloyi, state prosecutor, for me, he has failed to argue the credibility of Mzansi Sibiya's statement. Instead, he wants to force it into the record. He wants to make sure my lord hears it again, and then he wants to twist and turn some of the versions, and then he's trying to corroborate it with some of the things that Zungunaiza said. But we all know Zungunaiza is not a credible state witness. Instead, the state needs to drop Zungunaiza as soon as possible for their own sake. But Mzansi Sibiya stands strong because he understands the assignment. Baloyi is trying to make me incredible? No, not incredible. Uncredible? An uncredible witness. Therefore, Mzansi Sibiya has remained consistent all week. Okay? It is not me. I don't know what you're talking about. That is not what I said. This is not what it said in isiZulu. I'm not responsible for how you guys say it in English. This is what I said. He's been holding the fort down. And Baloyi has been trying to crack him, and there's been no cracks. Wow. Let's continue listening on.
Impela kwakuwena umuntu owakusho lokho nokuthi ke ummeli wakho uma ke ukuthi uyafisa ukwenza lokho inkantolo lithi izomnika ke lelo thuba lelo ukuthi ke angakwenza.
Namanje ngisashakaza ngeze statement.
I still maintain that I never made a statement.
As a please, my lord, the state intends to proceed with the reading of the confronted accused with the contents of the statement. On 2014, between September and October, it was Sabbath, which is Saturday. My friends Marco Butelezi and Makimba Butelezi entered the house and demanded cell phone, and they shot the now deceased.
Comment noma ngilalele.
Should I listen or comment?
You can comment.
Unga comment.
Umakha akusiyo umngane wami, Makimba akusiyo umngane wami, akaze ngize ngibone kudutshula umuntu.
Marco is not my friend. Makimba is not my friend. I never saw someone being shot in my presence.
Yes.
Angazi lutho ngezinto ezazenzeka lapha ya.
I know nothing about the things that happened there.
You'll recall that Brigadier Gininda testified that they did not know about these names. They heard them from you.
Namanje ngisasho ukuthi ngihambela amanga mina sangikhuluma lamagama uyovela lamagama sise phosphorus uyovele nalamagama masise phosphorus.
I still maintain that he told lies about me. He's the one who came up with these names when we were in Phosphorus.
We put it to you yesterday that at that point in Phosphorus you had not yet made this statement, so as Brigadier Gininda testified, they would not have known about these two names.
Iphinde ngiyasho uGininda ephosphorus uyofike nalamagama.
I still repeat that in Phosphorus, Gininda is the one that came up with these names.
Ngiqale nje ukwezwa ngayo lamagama la nokuthi ethi abangani bami ngiqala ukuzwa ngayo akusiba abangani bami umakho.
I heard these names, or the first time I heard about these names was from him, and the fact that these were my friends, I heard that from him, but they are not my friends.
Paragraph 1. On that week, in that year, during the week, it was on Wednesday, I was at my place at the hostel in Phosphorus at Basotho section. My friends Marco Butelezi and Makimba Butelezi both were staying at Phosphorus hostel but Zulu section.
Angazi lutho ngayo yonke lento le ebhalwe la.
I know nothing about everything that's written here.
Akaze ngize ngibhale lento le.
I never wrote this.
Anginayo iphone number kaMakimba, anginayo iphone number kaMakha, akaze beze bebe namafoni ami.
I do not have Makimba's phone number. I do not have Marco's phone number. They've never had my phone numbers.
akaze baze bangifonela nangelilodwa ilanga
Not a single day did they ever call me.
ngoba ngisho akusiba abangani bami.
As I say that they are not my friends.
The person who was calling me was Marco, but I heard on the background that he was with Makimba.
akaze ngize ngifonele umakho nangelilodwa ilanga.
Marco never ever called me, not in a single day.
akaze ngize ngibe nenamba yakhe akaze zibe nenamba yami.
I've never had his number. He's never had my number.
I told them that I am present, and he said he's coming with Makimba. Few minutes, they arrived by a Polo, white in color, and it was driven by Makimba, but the owner of the Polo is Marco.
akaze ngize ngifonelwe umakho akaze ngize ngizokukhuluma Makimba akaze ngize ngibabone behamba ngepolo akaze ngize ngibabone bedrive ipolo angazi lutho ngepolo lenikhuluma ngalo.
I was never called by Marco. I never heard Makimba talking. I never saw them in a polo. I know nothing about the polo that you are referring to.
We know that Constable Zungu has testified about the white Polo, and he mentioned that accused number 5 was the driver thereof.
Sorry.
He testified that the silver polo, not the white polo.
We'll just qualify that Constable Zungu testified about the Polo, and that the Polo was driven by accused number 5.
Misleading, my lord, as well. The polo that was referred to in the evidence of Constable Zongo, it's a grey. It's not a white. So the question is misleading to this witness.
I think it's a silver gate, but my lord, we don't really, it's for argument.
But was there a polo? According to Zungu.
Yes, he did mention that it was a Polo.
Did he mention the color?
Yes.
Hello?
He did say it was a silver grey Polo.
Yeah, fine. You can argue that.
Yes.
I'm not going to argue, I'm objecting. He must
No,
not
you
be
can't.
allowed to put
Just
on
wait.
opposition.
You can't object to a person leading evidence.
No, he's misleading a witness, my lord.
Yeah.
He's
It's misleading. Are you misleading the witness?
Yes.
Well, we will rephrase the question.
Thank you, my lord.
Constable Zungu testified about a Polo, let alone the color, being driven by accused number 5 on the 26th of October 2014.
Bekusakhulunywa ke ngombala ke kodwa ke uyekile indaba yombala mshushisi uthi ke ubufakazi bakhe uConstable Zungu wethula ubufakazi ke obuthi ke ngazo i26 October 2014 kunepolo ke eyayishayelwa uyena umsolo wesihlanu.
Sengikhuluma kakhulu indaba ye26 October 2014 ngithi 26 October 2014 angazi ngibe sebasuthwini hostel angazi ngize ngibe nozungu.
I've mentioned the issue of the 26th of October 2014 on numerous occasions, that on the 26th of October 2014 I was never at Basutu hostel and I was never with Zungu.
And this
angazi futhi ngibe nalaba abahleli lapha nemumva abango accused bonke akaze ngize ngidibane nabo i26 October.
And even the 4 accused that are seated at the back there, I was never in their presence or with them on the 26th of October 2014.
Yes. And this, my lord, we see in the proceedings of the 8th of September 2023, page 44, where Zungu testified as follows. And reference is made to paragraph 4 of his statement. From line 22, I removed my vehicle because he wanted to go out as I have parked behind his vehicle and blocked his exit. I was driving a state unmarked vehicle Polo, and Ngadeni was driving a silver grey hatchback Volkswagen Polo.
So, when Ramasipili objected, my lord said, continue. Then Lolo objected, and my lord said, oh my goodness, what does it matter? And Baloyi said, yeah, the record says white polo anyway, it's not a big deal. And Lolo says it is a huge deal. You are putting the incorrect version to this witness. You are misleading the witness. And what does my lord do? What's the color, Baloyi? And Baloyi goes, oh, we're going to check the record, blah, 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 blah. But my lord doesn't also recognize that the wrong evidence is being put on the record. Like, I feel like the SENZO MEYIWA trial on its own, the evidence, the record needs a whole Madanga commission all on its own to go through that record, especially the isiZulu to English translation or interpretation version, and then the transcription that goes on. There's a lot of information that gets diluted. So first of all, Muzi will speak in isiZulu, right? Translator will summarize to English, and then transcriber will transcribe. So there's two additional perceptions there to the actual truth of what Umuzi would have said. But that is not my point. The point I want to get to is that my lord seemed very comfortable, unbothered, nonchalant about what was going on there. And then Baloyi reads into the record, proving that Lolo, Nisi, and Ramasipili, I don't know why Ngumalo set this one out, but it is what it is, okay? He decided to act out his name, Uztulele. But Baloyi then reads into the record, and then he proves the other three advocates correct. Neither does he apologize, neither does he place it on the record. No, continues as if he's putting butter on toast. Hot toast, that is. But anyway, we are not there. Let's continue listening on. Is this a travesty of justice? Let me know in the comment section down below.
Angimazi uNgadeni akhuluma ngaye. Angaze ngize ngibe sehostel nge-26 October 2014.
I do not know the Ngadeni that he is referring to. I was never at the hostel on the 26th of October 2014.
And in his evidence, Constable Zungu did say it's Nkani, accused number 5.
Namanje ngiyasho ukuthi akaze ngize ngibe sehostel nge-26 October 2014. Angaze ngize ngibe no-accused bonke laba balaphayana emuva nge-26 October 2014. Angaze ngize ngibe noZungu. Angaze ngibe sehostel eBasuthwini ngomhla ka-26 October 2014.
I still maintain that I was never at the hostel on the 26th of October 2014. I was never in the company or in the presence of the co-accused on the 26th of October 2014. I was never at the hostel, Basotho hostel, on the 26th of October 2014.
You keep singing and keep singing and keep singing until the owner of the dog comes out. No, that's not the saying I want to close with. I want to close with, what? You have to beat the dog. No, not to beat the dog. Flog the horse. Flog the horse. Keep flogging the horse until the horse comes alive. Muzi is not changing his version. And that, I'm going to end this video right here. If you've made it this far in the video, please remember to like, to comment, to subscribe. Special edition coming up, so make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscription, turn on notifications. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.